These ladies have never been shy about going under the knife, and their faces have changed so much that sometimes they're barely recognizable from their first seasons. From subtle tweaks to complete overhauls, we're counting down 9 Real Housewives who completely changed their look. We've done extensive research to bring you all the details about what procedures they've had, when they got them, and what they've said about their transformations. Some of these stories might surprise you, and others involve shocking complications. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's get started with number 9. 9. Shannon Beador. Shannon from Real Housewives of Orange County shocked everyone when she casually dropped a bombshell at the season 16 reunion. When host Andy Cohen asked cosmetic dermatologist Dr. Jennifer Armstrong, who in the cast had the best work done, she pointed out that Shannon looked more lifted. That's when Shannon revealed matter-of-factly that she had a facelift just 5 weeks before the reunion taping. 5 weeks might seem like a super quick turnaround, but plastic surgeons say it's actually pretty standard for recovery time. What made Shannon's story even more interesting is that at the beginning of that same season, she admitted to overdoing it with fillers. She had to get hyaluronidase injections to reverse the effects and dissolve all that filler. But here's the wildest part of Shannon's story. Her doctor called her then-boyfriend John Jansen after the surgery with this shocking message. He'd never cut more skin out of a neck in his entire career than he did with Shannon's. Can you imagine getting that phone call? That must have been quite a hairy procedure to go through. Shannon has been incredibly open about her journey to fix what she felt went wrong with her appearance. Her transformation shows she's committed to looking her best on camera, and she's not afraid to talk about the work she's had done. Unlike some housewives who try to keep their procedures secret, Shannon has embraced transparency about her cosmetic enhancements. 8. Tamra Judge. Tamra Judge has been one of Orange County's longest-running and most beloved housewives, and her face has gone through some serious changes over the years. In August 2024, she stunned fans when she shared an Instagram reel of herself looking like the Wicked Witch, with a green face and bandaged head. This wasn't a Halloween costume, though. It was the aftermath of her latest procedures. Tamra underwent a brow lift, CO2 laser treatment, and something called a blue chemical peel all at once. In her Instagram post, she explained that 7 years earlier she had a lower facelift, but decided to skip doing the upper part of her face. She compared this decision to painting a house, but forgetting to paint the trim. After living with this mismatch for 7 years, she finally decided to complete the job and get her upper face done. But that's not all Tamra has admitted to over the years. She's confessed to having a nose job and an incredible 5 breast surgeries throughout her lifetime. She's also regularly used fillers in her cheeks and other areas of her face. What's interesting about Tamra is that she initially played coy about her procedures when asked about them on Watch What Happens Live. She even tweeted that she'd had 0 face work done and attributed her look to having only 13% body fat. However, she eventually deleted those tweets and came clean about everything. She admitted all her procedures to Extra, finally being honest with her fans. Tamra also got new veneers in fall 2024, which contributed to her changing appearance in season 19. Her transformation really shows how the pressure of being on television can influence someone to make major changes to their appearance over time. 7. Vicki Gunvalson. Vicki Gunvalson is the original OG of the OC, and she's been through quite a journey with plastic surgery. Her most dramatic transformation happened ahead of Real Housewives of Orange County Season 8, and the story behind why she did it is pretty heartbreaking. Vicki's boyfriend at the time, Slade Smiley, made a cruel comparison between her and Miss Piggy. Can you imagine your partner saying something so hurtful? Instead of dumping him immediately like most of us probably would have done, Vicki headed straight to her plastic surgeon to fix what she thought was wrong with her appearance. She underwent major work, a nose reconstruction, chin implant, and had fat injected into her cheeks. It was a complete facial reconstruction essentially. During the season 8 premiere, Vicki revealed all these procedures to viewers. But here's the problem. She had all this surgery done right before filming started, which turned out to be a huge mistake. Years later, Vicki admitted to regretting the timing of her surgery. She told People Style that she was so swollen during filming and couldn't move her mouth properly. She said it was totally embarrassing to have the cameras capturing her during her recovery when she looked and felt terrible. Imagine having to film a reality show when you're dealing with post-surgery swelling and pain. That must have been absolutely awful. Despite the rough experience with that particular surgery, Vicki has remained open about her cosmetic procedures over the years. She's never tried to hide the work she's had done, which is admirable in its own way. 6. Teresa Giudice, New Jersey icon. Teresa Giudice has been on our screens for so many years that we've literally watched her transformation happen in real time. For a long time, Teresa kept her procedures pretty quiet, but eventually she started opening up about what she'd had done. The big revelation came in 2019 when Teresa appeared as the keynote speaker at the New Jersey Ultimate Women's Expo. That's when she finally admitted that she got the tip of her nose done. Her reason for getting the rhinoplasty is actually pretty relatable. She said her nose looked like a tomato before the surgery. She explained that she was very nervous about getting it done, but ultimately felt it was necessary. Before going through with the procedure, Teresa talked to her then fiancé, Luis Ruelas, about it. She asked him, "Babe, should I get my nose done?" His response was perfect. He asked if it would make her feel better. When she said yes, he told her to do it. That kind of supportive response is exactly what you want from a partner when you're considering a major procedure. Teresa used Dr. Jeffrey Tobias for her rhinoplasty, a rhinoplasty specialist based in Englewood, New Jersey. Interestingly, this is the same doctor her daughter Gia used when she got her own nose job in 2020. It's kind of sweet that they shared the same surgeon and went through similar experiences together. Beyond the nose job, Teresa has had 2 breast augmentations. The first one was way back in 2008, and then she had them redone about 10 years later in 2018. She's also been very open about getting lip fillers, though her relationship with her lips has been somewhat complicated. She's admitted to getting filler, having it dissolved because of migration issues, and then getting fresh filler injected again for a more natural look. Teresa has also confirmed regular Botox treatments, though she's sometimes been defensive about exactly how much work she's had done. Some fans and even her sister-in-law Melissa Gorga have speculated that she's had additional procedures like forehead lengthening surgery, but Teresa has never confirmed this. Regardless, her face has changed significantly over her many years on television, and she's mostly been honest about the work she's had done when directly asked about it. 5. Kim Zolciak. Kim Zolciak from Real Housewives of Atlanta has been incredibly open about her numerous procedures throughout her reality TV career. She's undergone so many transformations that it's almost hard to keep track of them all, but Kim has never tried to hide her cosmetic work from fans. In 2014, after having her twins Kane and Kaya, Kim underwent what's known as a mommy makeover. This comprehensive procedure included a tummy tuck and breast lift, addressing the changes her body went through during pregnancy. But here's an interesting detail that Kim shared. She didn't just get the surgery for aesthetic reasons. She also had a hernia that needed to be repaired, so she opted to combine the medical necessity with cosmetic enhancement. Kim has been very honest about the fact that she's done her boobs multiple times over the years. She's had multiple breast augmentations and lifts to maintain the look she wants. Beyond surgical procedures, Kim regularly gets Botox and lip fillers to keep her face looking youthful. She's been a spokesperson for weight loss products and has always maintained that her fit physique is a combination of genetics, hard work at the gym, and yes, a little help from plastic surgery. One thing Kim has consistently denied is having a nose job, even though many fans believe her nose looks different in recent photos compared to her early seasons. On Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen in 2016, she immediately shut down the host when he suggested she'd had a rhinoplasty. She was emphatic that her nose is all natural. In 2025, Kim appeared on Botched Presents, Plastic Surgery Rewind with her daughter Brielle Bierman. Both mother and daughter discussed their plastic surgery journeys with Dr. Terry Dubrow. Kim explained that she was there because of her divorce and some weight loss that had created loose skin. Even though she's a small-framed person, losing just 10 pounds created issues she wanted to address. She told Dr. Dubrow, "Just because you're a mom doesn't mean you have to let yourself go." What's refreshing about Kim is that while she's had a lot of work done and is open about it, she also emphasizes that plastic surgery isn't a cure-all. She's posted before and after photos showing how great she looked even before having procedures, trying to make the point that the surgery enhanced what was already there, rather than creating something from nothing. Kim believes strongly in doing what makes you feel good about yourself, but she also wants people to understand that surgery alone won't fix everything in your life. 4. Kyle Richards, Beverly Hills housewife. Kyle Richards has been on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills since the very first season, which means we've had more than a decade to watch her gradual transformation. Unlike some housewives who have dramatic overnight changes, Kyle's transformation has been more subtle and stretched out over many years. Kyle got her first nose job way back in 2006, long before she even joined the cast of Real Housewives. She told Us Weekly at the time, "My nose bothered me for a long time. The surgery made me feel better. Having the procedure done before becoming famous might have been a smart move, as she didn't have to deal with cameras and public scrutiny during her recovery." However, Kyle wasn't done with nose surgeries after that first one. In 2019, she accidentally broke her nose and had no choice but to undergo another surgical procedure to fix it. Having to go through the process a second time, especially for a medical reason rather than a cosmetic one, must have been frustrating. Kyle has also been transparent about getting regular Botox injections to maintain her youthful appearance. When you're on a show about wealthy women in Beverly Hills, the pressure to look eternally young must be absolutely intense. Botox has become so normalized among the Beverly Hills crowd that it's almost considered basic maintenance rather than a major procedure. Another procedure Kyle has admitted to is liposuction. Despite being naturally slim and working out regularly, she couldn't get rid of her love handles after having 4 children. She told media outlets, "After having 4 kids, no matter what exercise I did, the love handles wouldn't go away. I'm very happy with the results." This is something many mothers can probably relate to. Those stubborn pockets of fat that just won't budge no matter how much you diet and exercise. What's interesting about Kyle is that despite being pretty transparent about the procedures she's admitted to, many fans and critics speculate that she's had additional work done that she hasn't acknowledged. Some people believe she's had more extensive facial work, possibly even a facelift, based on how her face has changed over the years. Her skin looks remarkably tight and smooth for someone in their 50s, and her facial structure seems more defined than in early seasons. Kyle has always maintained that she's only had the procedures she's admitted to, but the speculation continues. Whether she's being completely honest or holding back some information, there's no denying that Kyle looks significantly different now than she did when the show first started, even accounting for natural aging. 3. Lisa Rinna. When you think of Real Housewives and plastic surgery, Lisa Rinna's lips probably come to mind immediately. Those lips have become so iconic that they're practically their own character on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But Lisa's story about her lips is actually quite tragic and serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of cosmetic procedures going wrong. Lisa started getting lip augmentation procedures at just 25 years old back in 1988. This was long before lip fillers became mainstream and before there were strict regulations about what could be injected into people's faces. Unfortunately, the silicone that was used in her lip injections leaked into the surrounding tissue over time, causing serious scarring and damage. For years, Lisa lived with the consequences of those early procedures. It wasn't until 2010 that she finally addressed the problem by having the damaged lip tissue surgically removed. The procedure involved actually cutting away the scarred tissue and then reshaping and refilling her lips with safer, more modern fillers. Can you imagine having to essentially rebuild your lips from scratch? That must have been terrifying. But Lisa's cosmetic journey goes far beyond just her famous lips. Lisa has been very open about getting regular Botox injections throughout the years and has admitted to using facial fillers in various areas of her face. One area where Lisa admits she went too far is with facial fillers. She said publicly that she overdid it at times. Lisa has also undergone cell sound body sculpting treatment to help tighten the skin around her stomach. This non-invasive procedure uses sound waves to stimulate collagen production and firm up loose skin. It's become a popular alternative to surgical tummy tucks for people who want improvement without going under the knife. Despite all the work she's had done, Lisa has said that she's now trying to pull back and do less. She's denied having any recent plastic surgery and claims she's learned that less is more when it comes to facial enhancements. Her journey really illustrates how the pendulum can swing, starting with procedures that go wrong, going through a phase of doing too much, and then finally finding a balance. 2. Brandi Glanville. Brandi Glanville's transformation story is perhaps the most concerning and heartbreaking on this entire list. What started as relatively normal cosmetic enhancements has turned into a serious health crisis that has cost her hundreds of thousands of dollars and dramatically impacted her quality of life. Brandi has admitted to having numerous procedures over the years. She's had Botox, fillers, breast implants, and vaginal rejuvenation surgery. She got a liquid nose job after breaking her nose, which involves using fillers to reshape the nose rather than actual surgical reconstruction. This needs to be maintained with regular injections as the fillers break down over time. Brandi has been refreshingly honest about her mistakes with cosmetic procedures. She told E! News back in 2014 that it's hard to watch yourself get older on television and that she's definitely overfilled at times. She admitted to having bad Botox where her eyes dropped, which sounds absolutely terrifying. She said, "There's no shame in my game," showing that she wasn't trying to hide her cosmetic work from anyone. However, in recent years, Brandi's situation has become much more serious. Starting in August 2023, her lips and face began unexpectedly swelling up. She went into anaphylactic shock multiple times, which is a life-threatening allergic reaction. Brandi consulted with 7 different doctors trying to figure out what was wrong. They diagnosed her with stress-induced angioedema, which is swelling under the skin triggered by stress. But that diagnosis didn't really explain everything that was happening to her face. When the swelling would finally go down, her skin would dip in certain areas, leaving her face looking lumpy and irregular. Dr. Terry Dubrow, the famous plastic surgeon from Botched and husband of Real Housewives of Orange County star Heather Dubrow, offered to help Brandi. He performed biopsies on her facial tissue to try to determine the root cause of her health struggles. Dr. Dubrow believes her condition could stem from microorganisms like bacteria or fungi, which are incredibly difficult to treat once they're embedded in tissue. Brandi's story serves as a serious warning about the potential risks and complications that can arise from cosmetic procedures even years after they're performed. What seemed like simple maintenance with fillers and Botox turned into a medical mystery that has cost her enormous amounts of money and dramatically impacted her mental health and quality of life. 1. Jacqueline Laurita. Coming in at number 1 on our list is New Jersey housewife Jacqueline Laurita, who has undergone one of the most dramatic and extensive transformations in Real Housewives history. Jacqueline used to look like a fun Jersey girl who you could imagine making delicious homemade marinara sauce. But after years of various procedures, she's become almost unrecognizable from her early seasons on the show. Jacqueline has been very open about documenting her procedures on social media. In December 2016, she posted before and after photos of her eye lift procedure directly to Facebook. An eye lift, also known as blepharoplasty, removes excess skin from the upper and lower eyelids to create a more refreshed and youthful appearance. It's a common procedure, but it definitely changes how a person's face looks. She claimed she got a good deal on the eye lift in exchange for marketing her doctor's services on social media. This kind of arrangement has become increasingly common as plastic surgeons realize the value of having reality TV stars as walking advertisements for their work. However, when Jacqueline posted about getting the procedure at a discount, her followers were not having it at all. The backlash Jacqueline received relates to a bigger issue with her public image. Throughout her time on Real Housewives of New Jersey, she openly complained about her family's financial struggles. She talked about money problems, stress about bills, and difficulties making ends meet. So when fans saw her posting about cosmetic procedures, even ones she got at a discount, they became angry. People felt like if she was really struggling financially like she claimed, she shouldn't be spending money on plastic surgery. The criticism Jacqueline faced on social media was often brutal. Every time she posted a new picture or talked about another procedure, commenters would bring up her previous complaints about money problems. People accused her of being hypocritical and questioned her priorities. Some followers felt she was setting a bad example, especially since she has children who might be influenced by her focus on appearance. Jacqueline's transformation really represents how far someone can go with cosmetic procedures and how much it can change their entire appearance. When you look at photos of her from her first season compared to more recent pictures, you're looking at what appears to be a completely different person. The eyes are different, the nose is different, the breast size is different, and her overall facial structure appears altered. Her story also highlights the complicated relationship between reality TV fame, public image, and the pressure to maintain a certain appearance.